Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and today we are going over in more detail the LR Ginyu Goku and showing off the full Ginyu Force team. So once you rainbow all 5 members of the Ginyu Force, you don't even have to actually have them awakened, you just have to rainbow them. You will get given 1 copy of this LR Goku Ginyu. So the best you can do is get him to plus 2000 in the hidden potential system, as there are no dupes available currently. So his leader skill is the Ginyu Force category, Ki plus 3 HP, attack and defense 100%. Obviously the Ginyu Force category is literally just the 5 Ginyu Force members and this guy. Some of the SR versions of them are in there, and the physical LR Ginyu is in there too if we ever get him on global. So his 12 to 17 Ki super attack greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes colossal damage. And his 18 Ki is mega colossal damage and raises extreme class allies attack by 30% for 1 turn. So if he attacks first, he buffs everybody else. His passive skill is extreme allies attack and defense plus 30%, and Ginyu Force category allies get an extra attack and defense 20%. So obviously on this team we are actually running the Ginyu Force category, so his passive is that he gives everyone attack and defense 50%, which is very solid. So he is definitely a very good unit. His link skills are, as you would expect, very Ginyu Force centric, so on this team you're going to trigger most of those. I think more than meets the eye is probably the only one, and of course legendary power that you're not going to get on this team. There are some details here, so when we eventually get the LR Freezer campaign you'll be able to get another copy of him, and then when we eventually get the Battlefield 2.0 you should be able to get the other copies, if we do ever get Battlefield. Otherwise they'll find some other way to give him out. And then the details just clarifies here: 12 Ki multiplies 140%, 24 Ki is 200%, and for his 12 to 17 Ki super greatly raises attack for 1 turn is plus 50%. Okay, so jumping into the gameplay, we are taking on Boss Rush 3, only because Boss Rush 5 is, we've kind of done that to death a little bit recently, plus because Omega locks your rotations in place, it's not really a great way to show off the team. Plus we can't really do Boss Rush 4 because the Ginyu Force team is really not very good at taking on the Super 17 event. Guldo is the only person on the team that doesn't have a beam super, so once 17 drops his barrier you just end up healing him repeatedly because the team links so well for Ki, and a few of them super attack early that it's actually difficult to not super with them. Just for the sake of science, I tried it out last night while I was at work, and it took me a good like 20 minutes just to beat Super 17. I mean, I could do that as a video if you guys really want to see it in action, but I'd probably just do the Super 17 event on its own, and you can see just how bad it is. So I figured we'd stick to the tried and tested Boss Rush 3. I don't want the video to be super long, so we're not going to go all the way through anyway. So I figured this one would be good enough. We want to float off Berta so we can get him with Jace. So unfortunately that means we can still get a fair bit of Ki for the LR. And then Jace also supers early, but we might as well give him the full 12 Ki. So Guldo with the ability to stun as well as lowering the attack when he lands a hit. Almost half a mil from the normal super from the LR Ginyu, and of course he's tanking for double digits, so that is definitely what we want to see. Decent hit from Berta there with the type advantage as well. So no super attack this turn, so that's great. Don't have to worry about Raccoon taking the type disadvantage super attack. So let's see if they can finish him off this turn. Not the best damage from Jace, but he is more of a support unit anyway. Ginyu should get a pretty decent hit off. Yeah, not far off half a mil. He's against the one opponent, so he's getting that nice attack and defensive boost. So we're on to Super Saiyan 4 Goku already. I'm definitely very impressed with the team, considering it is completely free to play. 100% everybody using their own orbs. The only difference is, of course, the actual LR Ginyu himself. But since you can only get the one copy of him at the moment, most of the people I'm seeing on my friends list have already got him to plus 2000 and super attack 20. So he takes 84k from the super attack. Not the worst, but then once Guldo's lowered his attack, he didn't really hit back for very much there. So the LR, yeah, the LR will definitely tank those hits nicely. And now we have the ideal setup that we want, which is Jace and Berta together. Berta in the first slot and not taking any attacks, so we can get his dodge passive to activate. And then we'll grab the type orbs of Ginyu, I guess, just for a little bit of extra HP. But Berta with the type advantage as well, so even if he doesn't get that dodge off, he should do alright. But he's getting the additional super as well, so that helps to raise his defense. We get 1 dodge, 2 dodge. So he didn't dodge the 3rd hit, but he took 40 damage, so I'm perfectly okay with that. And we know we get no super attack this turn, so that's fine. Jace, unfortunately, not tanking as well. Ginyu should tank okay. Yeah, 2,000, well, basically 3,000, that's not too bad. We probably are going to have to heal, though. I was interested to see how far we might be able to get without using items, but unfortunately, if Goku super attacks us in that first slot, which unfortunately we can't tell because we don't have Jace on the rotation, if Goku supers us in that first slot, we just lose, so might as well grab a heal. So we would have been fine, but I mean, we would have been on incredibly low health. So the LR Ginyu Goku takes him out, and we can move on to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I'll probably just do maybe the first 3, because at least when we do the cooler event, we can see Captain Ginyu's damage reduction passive against multiple opponents. But so Berta is not really... Berta's not going to get his dodge ability off anyway, so we might as well put him there for the type advantage block. And then we can give the LR all of those. I have a feeling that he might be dead before the LR even gets to attack though, because Berta is a very solid hitter considering he is kind of more of a defensive unit. So with the type advantage, yeah, wow. Hits for 1,000,000 damage without a crit. That is pretty good. So now we go on to tech. So we've got perfect opportunity to put Captain Ginyu there. Is that going to drop those? No, I didn't quite connect the blues the way I was expecting. So I guess we'll just get those. Ginyu should deal a very nice amount of damage. 10 damage, wow. And then yeah, he hits for almost 1,000,000 as well. And now Guldo coming in. Still a pretty decent hit, and he takes him out. So you can see the team definitely handles itself well. Maybe we could try taking on, I guess the Ultra Instinct Goku event is probably still the hardest event on Global. So, but here we go. So we know he's going to super attack in that first slot because of Jace, but Berta is going to have his passive active. So let's see if he will actually come through and dodge for us. Fortunately, even if he doesn't, we do have the type advantage, so we won't take too much damage. But see if he can come through. There you go, that's what we want to see. So Berta getting his job done, dodging in that first slot. Hey, and Jace, who I think has level 2 dodge. Because you guys know I like to give all my units level 3 dodge, but because of the weird way the Ginyu Force's skill tree works, You can't always do that, and a lot of the 3-star, like the ones that give you 3 levels in an ability, were for the abilities that I would have much rather capitalised on, like crits or additionals. So for a couple of the units they only have level 2 dodge, but you saw there Jace coming through with that very small chance to dodge, so I will take that. So we're getting a Dokkan attack with Captain Ginyu. Unfortunately we couldn't hold it off until the actual Super Saiyan 4 phase, but it'll be interesting to see how much he can hit for here. Neutral typing, but Ginyu does get a pretty significant buff. Yeah, so over 1 million damage without a crit. That is definitely decent, especially considering the Ginyu Force leader skill is 100%, as opposed to the 120 teams that we were showing off some of these units on. Although I guess saying that, the fact that the LR Ginyu has that passive that gives essentially a 50% buff to the Ginyu Force members, so that definitely helps out a lot. So no real decent path of orbs there, but at least we get the normal super attack. Berta still tanks pretty well in general. Very good defensive unit. And crits for 500,000, so he is very good on this team. Unfortunately, doesn't really fit on an extreme AGL team, especially as a unit that requires being on the first slot. But for what he is designed to do on this team, he is very good. I'm very impressed with him. 47k to the LR. Not the worst, I suppose. And then let's do this. Attack lowered. Rakum's main deal is giving himself a defensive raise, so we'll see how well he can tank against Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Of course, he is having his attack lowered there by the Guldo. Another 500,000 hit from Captain Ginyu, putting in some work. Can Rakum finish him off? No. So Rakum getting a dodge. I'm pretty sure I gave him a little bit extra than just the level 2 or 3 because he is a unit designed for defense. You can see there him tanking for double digits. Let me bring up the thing quickly, so just to give it a quick run through. So Berta, I might change his once his thing is back and swap that 7 and the 5 around for giving him a bit more crit. Jace, prioritising crit, but he's got that level 2 dodge. That's the LRs. Guldo, a little bit of extra additional because of his stun and attack lowering. Ginyu gets much higher final stats than anybody else, so I kept his pretty balanced because he is obviously very good. And then Rakum, dodge and crit, and then I gave him the little bit of additional because you know you want them to actually have the opportunity to be able to do it, even if it is only a small chance. So it's basically the same logic behind giving my units level 3 dodge, because if you don't give them any dodge, then it is impossible for them to ever dodge, whereas with level 3 dodge, even if it is only a 3% chance, it means that that chance is there. So I gave Rakum the sort of pretty much minimal, I guess you could have just given him level 1, but that does seem kind of pointless, but gave him a minimal amount of additional ability just so he has the chance to do it. Okay, so now we have the fated rumble of the Ginyu Force versus the Cooler Armoured Squadron. So even with the type disadvantage, Ginyu should tank really well here because his damage mitigation passive will now be active. So let's see. Can't get a ton of key for the LR, which is a shame, but let's see if he can take out Naze by himself, since Naze will be untouched. So yeah, 50 damage from a unit that has type advantage over him. That is very good. And then crits for 1 million and takes out Dore. So Guldo crits for 1 million as well and takes out Fowler. Wow. So yeah, the Ginyu Force not playing around, just wipes the floor with the Cooler Armoured Squadron. That's some good stuff right there. So, oh, so we don't like that. So we might have to break up our boys a little bit here, because we definitely want Raccoon to be tanking that attack. So let's leave Jace as the one on rotation, just because his super attack detection is very useful. And then yeah, we'll focus everything on Cooler. So he's going to super attack Raccoon, who has type advantage, so takes basically no damage. And then 375,000. So yeah, you can see Raccoon is definitely more structured towards defensive. Even with the type advantage, not hitting particularly hard there. So and Berta doesn't quite finish him off, sadly, but tanks pretty well as well. So I guess we'll put Ginyu first. We got two opponents, so his damage mitigation thing will still be on the go. Yeah, we'll keep Cooler targeted just on the off chance that he does survive somehow. But Ginyu should take him out here. Yeah, Ginyu takes him out, tanking like a boss. So you can see the difference when he's not getting the attack bonus that he gets from one opponent. He didn't hit quite as hard, but still did a decent job. And then the LR taking out Thouser with the 12 key super attack. So we go on to AGL, Cooler. Should be no problem. Oh, can we actually finally get the... Yeah, there we go. Let's get an 18 key super on the go. I guess we'll have to grab those, and then you can grab that. I guess I probably should have put the Ginyu Goku in the middle so that he could take that super attack, but yeah, I definitely should have done that. But I failed. I managed to fail to notice it there. So let's see how Raccoon will tank this. Yeah, not too well, but Jace getting a crit. Wow, so Jace actually being able to do some damage. So Berta's going to go first, and he should get his dodge passive off. I'm going to put my faith in the fastest man in the universe that he will actually dodge Cooler's attack. Oh, he's getting additional super. He could actually just take him out. So yeah, takes out AGL Cooler with the additional super attack. So that is definitely what we want to see. And now we are going into the final phase. The final form Cooler himself. Get another nice 18 key super off here. Give those to Raccoon. And then it's not quite an 18 key super, but let's use this just because I know Cooler is blatantly going to super attack somewhere in this turn, I feel. And if he super attacks Raccoon, that could be bad. So we want to take him out nice and clean here. So we'll use the Icarus just as a bit of insurance, and then see how we get on. So yeah, of course he super attacked Raccoon. I basically knew that was coming. So yeah, 48k even with the item active. So I feel like that was definitely the right choice. So no super attack this turn, so that's fine. So Berta obviously not able to get his dodge passive off there, but Whis is still going to be active. There's no super this turn, so yeah, we shouldn't need to heal. And we are going to get another Dokkan attack to go off against Cooler. If I'd realised it was quite that full, I guess I probably should have put Jace in the front, because even though generally Berta is a harder hitter, Jace does have the type advantage over Final Form Cooler. But let's see what Berta can do. He's done pretty well so far in this video for us, getting in some nice dodges and additional super attacks, so we'll give him the spotlight. Yeah, 400,000 is really not a lot. Jace potentially going to do, I was going to say potentially going to do more without even a Dokkan attack, but he did not. Final Form Cooler does have pretty decent defense, to be fair, so Ginyu obviously not doing a huge amount because of the type disadvantage, but will still tank incredibly well. Let's see. So I guess we'll just go with this. There's a lot of STR key, which we do not need. Let's save it actually in case he does survive. That is going to be a guaranteed 18 key super for our LR next turn, if we do get a next turn. Which it looks like we're definitely not going to, because even if Raccoon doesn't take him out here. But Raccoon, it rhymes with Doom, and he crit for almost 600k, so I'm going to call it there before the video gets too long, but that is a pretty decent showcase of what the Ginyu Force team can do. Very, very impressive for a fully free-to-play team. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm seeing loads of the LR Ginyu on my friends list at the moment, so it feels like a lot of you guys are playing around with the team at the moment, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let me know what you think. For those of you that have me added, I'll probably leave him set as my leader for a while anyway, so you guys can play around with the team if you haven't already. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe for more regular Dokkan Battle content. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at the Masked Ningen, or join my Discord. The link is in the description. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.